The Northern Territory has long been a magnet for bird watchers, but it's not as well known for its butterflies. Now scientists want to find out how many species there are to help conserve them in the future. Alison Middleton reports.
Their brilliance, their coloration, they're really beautiful animals. And to really understand butterflies, you really have to be in the bush, you have to be in the field. It's not really a subject you can study indoors.
Entomologist Michael Braby has a passion for butterflies. He's attracted by their beauty and their mystery.
Once I got interested in butterflies, I sort of realised that there was this tremendous gap in our knowledge. The butterfly kind of fraternity and knowledge just seemed to be 50 years behind other branches like people who study birds or mammals or plants.
Michael Braby is on a mission to find out how many species are in the Northern Territory. While butterflies in other parts of Australia have been well studied, not as much is known about the insects in the Territory.
The Northern Territory really is the last frontier in terms of our understanding of butterfly natural history in Australia. The number of people who are really interested in butterflies, you could probably count on one hand. Whereas for another group like birds, a really charismatic group, there's probably several hundred.
Overseas scenes like this mass migration of monarch butterflies have become a major tourist drawcard. But this treasured spectacle is under threat with the logging of the butterflies' winter refuge, the forests in Mexico. Scientists say butterflies play a vital role in our environment.
Many of them have key roles maintaining ecosystem balances. Projects like are taking place right now in the Northern Territories are excellent examples of trying to get the information that we need to really understand where they occur, what they do, and what their importance is to us.
Scientists need that baseline data to determine whether Australian butterflies are under threat.
We can't manage things if we don't know about them. I think that building action plans and survival plans for endangered species is very important to us.
Until you've got that basic information, you can then start to look at broader, more other questions related to sort of biodiversity conservation.
For the last 5 years, Michael Braby has been building a database of butterflies found in the Territory. So far, he's listed 120.
In this cabinet here, we have a number of skippers.
One, called the Desert Sand Skipper, was described by fellow entomologist Chris Palmer for the first time in decades.
That was probably, I guess, one of the holy grails of Australian butterflies, that this thing had really been seen by nobody. 35 years is an awful long time for a species not to be seen. Oh, that's awesome, isn't it?
Michael Braby is not alone in his quest.
Who's keeping the record today, Don? Must be your turn. Yes, okay.
These so-called butterflies get together on weekends to look for the insects.
We get excited about it.
It helps if you're a tennis player. My husband was a great tennis player in his younger days, and he's quite good at catching butterflies.
Their surveys have taken them all over the top end.
Some of the surveys we've been doing have been in quite remote areas of the top end that have had very little, if any, survey work ever done before in them.
The chocolate argus, they're just up here.
The group has extended the known range of a number of butterflies. Their records will be merged with those of Michael Braby's to map each species.
We know so little about these things, distributions and host plants and life cycles and parasites and everything else, and it's frontier country.
Common name used to be.
Entomologist Graham Brown thinks insects in general deserve more attention.
Insects are one of the really important things. There's just simply so many of them, but we don't have an appreciation of what they do and why they do it.
That's called a sex brand.
The product of years of work will be an atlas of the Territory's butterflies. Michael Braby hopes it will protect his favourite insects well into the future.
They're a real challenge to look for them, and when you find them, it's quite an exciting. You get a sense of exhilaration that you've finally found this thing.
Alison Middleton with that report. And this week, Dr. Michael Braby took out an international award for his work given by the Butterfly Society of Japan.